Okay, this will be an interesting one. See how that one goes. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will. Gonna start at 200. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here a necklace, and it's got like diamantes and some sequins, some oblong shaped sequins and glass beads, shit like that, and that's got a sort of a box chain, so it looks interesting what we're going to do. Okay, let's just do it. Just going to quickly play with the buttons. I'm really making these demos because I'm missing a loved one who I lost a long time ago, and I'm trying to get this stuff to go to air on the television. I'm going to drop the dock feeder on it. We need a sheet of paper. It's behind it. I've just got 2 sheets. I like to have 1 sheet. I'm just going to get this piece of paper and put it behind it. But basically I'm really missing a loved one, and it gets very lonely. Anyway, that looks interesting. Wondering if we could make a better job of it. Maybe a little bit less that way and less that way. But it gets very lonely, and it's really difficult being without this person, and I really do miss them, or miss him, should I say. There is no them. There's only him. It's Luigi, and I'm not interested in other alternative people. I just want him. And I get lonely without him, and it causes anxiety and depression. It actually makes the problem worse. So that's a lot too big. But I basically really miss this person, and it's really difficult trying to get in touch with him. Now I'm just going back to 200. We're just going to invert this. I'm going to put this one upside down. So we're just going to turn it around and hide the necklace away from it, the chain. But basically I get extremely lonely, and it's really tough being without him. I'm trying my best to keep my composure, to keep myself from getting too depressed, which is really easier said than done, folks, because I do find loneliness drives my anxiety and depression. And it's proven to be very difficult. Now that's showing that there, unfortunately. And it's proving to be difficult trying to get this stuff on air. It's really difficult, folks. I'm trying my best to make something of my life, however difficult it might be, and it is difficult. Trying to get those rings out of the way, just to keep them out of the way from this piece. I think 200 is too big, but basically I'm really feeling the loneliness. I always get the impression that most people are more resilient against loneliness, that they don't feel a need to find that person. They're just happy with having a gaggle of friends and having a barbecue on the weekend and doing that sort of shit, but that's not my kind of thing. That photocopier just made a crack noise. I wonder what that was. Anyway, that looks better. But basically it's really lonely, and I'm trying my best to make something of my existence, folks. It's difficult. I don't understand how people can accept loneliness or having just a bunch of friends. I think having all those friends is mostly something that young people tend to do. Whereas a person like myself, I just should have settled down decades ago. I just don't have this desire to hang out with a bunch of friends. I don't make friends all that easily. I don't feel companionship with people in the friendship sphere. I just don't have that friendshipy sort of nature. It's something that, I don't know where the centre of this job is going to be. This is a really difficult one. I'm actually thinking it's there. There's a fucking hair. I hate that. It's like one of my old hairs from way back, because I used to have long hair. I hate long hair now. It's so fucking high maintenance. I'm really missing him, and I'm really down. I really feel low and depressed, and I always get reminded by about my depression. Things just trigger a response. I don't know how people can just be hanging out with their friends. But most people do marry, and most people have married friends. So I wouldn't fit into that anyway. Being disabled, I can't fit in with the average people. Having both Asperger's syndrome and a birth trauma, acquired brain injury at birth, I just don't feel like I fit. And I'm not married, so I wouldn't be able to hang out with other marrieds. I'd be classified as someone who could potentially be the other woman. So it's like single people are considered dangerous to other marriages, which is really an insult. But it's not me. I just love Luigi and that's it. I don't need anyone else. Anyway, that's a really strange piece. Wondering if we could do a switcheroo, or is this going to be just as good as it gets? I think so.